Welcome to the Fearfic Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man-horde Dead Palette, as they read all stories horror and internet-related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Guys, I got some bad news.
Oh no. What's up?
Grand Theft Auto 5 RP on Twitch is dying. I don't know how to say it other than just to bluntly put it out there.
Who killed it? Was it Jeff Kaplan? He's killed things before.
It's a combination of things, but mainly what I want to talk about today is PC culture. PC culture has finally reached Grand Theft Auto 5 role-playing on Twitch. Finally.
Is it for real?
Yes. But finally, after all this time, they finally took notice of the biggest trend of GTA 5 roleplay on Twitch.
So they're getting rid of all of the PlayStation players and Xbox players, and now it's just people playing on PC.
Yeah, I don't see what's a problem with that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what's the term? What does PC stand for? The last word is correct. The first word is politically correct.
Oh.
Yeah, political correctness, wokeness, SJWism has finally reached the heights, the tip of the ivory tower in Grand Theft Auto 5 role-playing on Twitch.
Elaborate, please.
Elaborate.
The largest streamer, as in the streamer with the biggest audience on Twitch doing Grand Theft Auto 5 roleplay, is a dude named Lord Kevin, like Kevin but with a B. Okay.
That's pretty
epic.
Pretty epic.
Lord Kevin, not Asian, but plays an Asian on TV.
Oh, okay.
So he has.
You're going to say like not Asian, but Asian adjacent or something?
Asian adjacent, like what would that be? Russia?
I don't know.
He's Russian. But yeah, he's not Asian, but his character in roleplay is Asian. One Mr. Wang Chang.
Oh no.
Who I don't know. I will do an impression of the voice he does when he's streaming. This should be in no way be construed as me doing an Asian impression because it doesn't sound like it. But he basically talk like this. Okay?
Okay.
So,
Brandon, do you want to tee up the Frisky Dingo reference?
Uh-oh.
Or should I?
Lord Kevin, largest Twitch streamer doing Grand Theft Auto roleplay, which there have been other people who were much larger, but they have since moved on to other games because roleplaying is dying. He has to now stop doing that voice and stop playing an Asian character, or he will be banned from Twitch.
Oh my god.
Enough people complained, I guess, that they took notice.
No.
Wow, Twitch is so weird.
Now, you may say to yourself, gosh, this sounds, an obvious clear-cut thing. He shouldn't be making fun of Asian people on Twitch. That's, definitely wrong, and I would agree with you if that were the case. But, other than the fact that he's doing a voice, there's absolutely nothing else that's actually related to stereotyping at all. I mean, he, has a front, for his gang in the city. He has a front that's like a dojo for martial art. Well, okay, maybe that's a little stereotypical, but, so I just thought it was interesting.
Are you going to teach your kids some kung fu moves?
God damn it. But, yeah, so his group, the Chang Gang, which is a, group on there, they're going to have a leader now who is no longer, I guess, Chang, and is not doing that voice anymore. So a lot of other role players are now wondering about their things because you've got white people who play black characters. You've got men who play female characters. You've got, all sorts of people playing all different things. This is sort of like a Simpsons situation, and nobody's sure now if they're going to get banned for doing what they've been doing for several years now.
Tons of white men on Twitch don't know what to do on Twitch anymore.
Yeah. This is the plight of the modern white, I guess? I don't know.
Well, I think it would be a lot less problematic if instead of doing offensive voices like that, now just hear me out, how about instead they just inanely scroll through chat and respond to everything everyone says?
That sounds good. That could work.
That sounds good. That sounds entertaining. That sounds Or, instead of doing an offensive voice and doing this role-playing stuff, they could be loud.
Mm-hmm.
That's entertaining.
They could have tits.
They could, you cut me off right at the pass. I was going there.
They could throw cats.
They could throw cats. That's entertaining.
They could go into bathrooms and film people at E3.
That's right. They could film tits in the bathroom and throw a cat in the toilet while being loud, all at once. Yeah.
That would just be impressive. How do you get that to E3?
We're issuing a challenge to Dr. Disrespect to one-up yourself. But there's another streamer that I wanted to tell you about really quickly. He's a guy who, one of his characters is black, and his character's name is Mike Block, and he basically is like a, gangster type character, because it's GTA. You're going to be a gangster, or you're not. You're going to be like a cop or something.
Offensive stereotypes, can't deal with it.
Yeah, you can't
murdering
people.
Terrible
stereotype.
Perfectly fine.
Murdering people, totally kosher.
It's just such a terrible stereotype that you're playing characters that exist in this game already. But so now he had a response to this where this came out that this Lord Kevin dude was going to have to change his character. So what he did is he made his character Mike Block white, and he went around the city kidnapping like 20 people and issuing demands for their safe return, and the demand being, write in my file, my police file, that I've always been white. That I was never black. I always looked like this. I was always white.
That was going to be my response, is just like, do something along those lines with the character. Is just like, instead of having it be an offensive Asian stereotype, just have it be like a robot. Hello. Hello.
I am being.
I am gang.
Welcome to gang.
Welcome to gang. Tom has a gang now, no.
So the Frisky Dingo connection here is one of the more baffling aspects of the short-lived one-season show. Two seasons. Was they had a character who was a Chinese or just like kind of nondescript Asian laundromat owner.
Oh wow!
But then it turns out it's some white dude posing as an Asian laundromat owner, and then gets outed by the FBI or something, and then they report on it. But he's still like in the show now and then, and just yells, "What the hell, damn guy!
What the hell, damn guy!"
For like. And that show, like, it was early Adult Swim, so it's just bizarre and absurd as fuck. It doesn't mean anything. And that's all I've got. Like, I was suddenly reminded of what the hell, damn guy.
Odd.
That was it. I don't know why he was in there.
Listen, you need to watch Frisky Dingo. It's so good.
I saw the first episode, and I was like, cool, okay.
It gets so much better after that episode.
You gotta admit, though, Smiling Friends is better. There we go.
We'll measure it when Smiling Friends gets a fucking season, Adult Swim. Hurry the hell up.
It doesn't need a show. Already the best show.
I mean, it's amazing, but god damn it, I really hope that gets more episodes.
So when we were watching Frisky Dingo, we were paying attention, and like you were not paying attention during the best part.
Mm-hmm. True.
That's true. I did look away when Frisky Dingo did a spin. The character Frisky Dingo did a spin. Yeah. All right. So speaking of PC culture reaching the great esteemed halls of GTA 5 roleplay on Twitch, and Frisky Dingo doing a spin, what is our related story to this cold open?
I ate the slice of pizza.
Nope.
And now I'm in hell, part 1.
Nope.
The last slice of pizza.
I said last.
No.
Oh, your mic cut out. See, your mic's trying to make you sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Huh.
Yeah, never mind.
Interesting.
All
this time it's been his microphone.
Oh, it's cutting out and rearranging words.
Yes.
Jesus.
Dyslexic microphone fucking up your day.
And what mic do you use?
I use a Blue Yeti.
A Dyslexicon 500.
Let me just look in my Dyslexicon. I like this concept. If somebody told me at the beginning of all of this madness that Old Nick was the nickname for the devil, I'd have never ordered food from Old Nick's Pizzeria. Oh, it always comes back to what kind of pizza you get, from where you getting it.
By the way, this is from Mick Sinister 5674. Okay, anyway.
Yes. But you can't get it from a pizzeria. It's just too classy of an establishment. You got to get your pizza from a Pizza Hutch.
Mm-hmm. Pizza Hutch, yes.
Pizza Hatch.
Pizza Hatch?
Pizza Hole.
I would get pizza from a hatch. They just open the hatch, here you go, and just leave.
It's good for social distancing.
Yeah.
Or at the very least.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt again. I'm really sorry. I have to establish, is the hatch in the ceiling or the floor?
It's out of a wall, but okay.
Oh, well, that's not as fun, but okay.
No, what if it's just like an assembly line and like you put the pizza into the pizza oven and then it just like falls off onto a box and then rolls down and this plops out directly into your hands.
Like Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah. Only if the donuts drop directly into your hands.
Yes.
Yes. Right around your fingers.
It just comes. You just put it in the oven, and the backside of the oven just comes out of a wall, and it just spits out a pizza.
Just a big, like, not even a sign, but like spray painted Pizza Hatch arrow down.
Yeah. What if you go to a restaurant and there's a big hole in the wall, like a big hole knocked out with a sledgehammer, very dark inside. You just stick your finger in there, and you feel something warm and gooey around your finger. Pull your finger out; it's a donut.
Give it 3 years, and that hipster cafe will exist.
I might write a story about a pizza hatch in the ground where they're like, this is the, little known hipster place to get pizza, and it's just like a trapdoor on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I do love just like, no, we're saving on pizza boxes. You just got to bring your own.
Yeah.
At the
BYOB.
You just go over to the cash register and get a reusable pizza box. Okay, we need you to be eco-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, I'd have read the fine print before I signed for the pizza.
God damn it! He's signing away his soul.
Is this the unknown kind of second anthology installment of The Pizza That Eats You?
Yes.
I'm hoping for that. I'm not that lucky or that attentive, though. That's probably why I now find myself working in the court of Abaddon the Annihilator during the height.
Sweet.
During the height of his war with Decarabia the Decapitator. And before you ask, no, I don't really know what demons have against short, easily pronounceable names.
I'm down with this.
Yeah, this is good.
I'm down with this. He ordered pizza and he's in hell within the first 2 fucking paragraphs, dude. If I had known that Old Nick was Satan, I never would have ordered from Old Nick's Pizzeria. Now I'm in hell. I haven't been down here as long as some of the other folks I work with. Is he making pizza in hell?
I think so.
In the fucking furnace. But I've been here long enough to know the score. Some people think of hell as a big lake of fire with 9 circles or levels or some shit like that. And I can tell you firsthand, that's a load of bullshit. I like to picture the hell from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Hell is more like a city with 9 districts, and each district could easily be its own.
Only have one Jan Michael Vincent.
That's true. One Jan Michael Vincent per district. Hell is more like... Did I say Jan Michael Vincent?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Hell is more like a city with 9 districts, and each district could easily be its own metropolis. Suffice to say, hell is fucking huge. It's like Beijing's bigger, filthier cousin. Uh-oh. With a prison record.
A lot less Uyghurs, though.
Somehow less pollution in the rivers, though.
Somehow a little bit less pollution.
Hell is like Beijing's cousin, but with more and more Uyghurs every day. I don't know why that is. Because China's committing mass genocide. Don't delete this video. Don't tell Susan.
Don't tell Susan. Her Chinese masters will get angry.
Susan's Chinese masters. They dress her up like a geisha.
Geisha's Japanese, you fuck.
They don't care. That's why they're like, aha.
It's like Beijing's bigger, filthier cousin with a prison record. But there is you can pretty much say anything you want here in hell.
Mm-hmm.
You do have your liberties. You do have your rights.
I'm proud to be a hellion.
Hellion.
Well, at least I know I'm free.
And I won't forget the letter I signed that gave me
an STD.
Pizza for free.
Yeah, there you go.
Pizza for free. And I only paid with my soul. Each district has a lord. Each lord has a handful of dukes that work under him, and all of them ultimately answer to old Nicky himself.
Can I ask you a question, DP?
Yes.
You ever have a handful of duke?
Occasionally.
I'm not laughing at that joke. I'm laughing to the fact that you made that joke.
Though he's not really the type to effectively lead, if you ask me. The smug bastard spent most of his time topside selling pizzas, and only comes down here for the provings, capitalized.
This could be an episode of Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell very easily. Which is not a bad thing, because that's a good show. If someone were to ask me what the provings were, the best explanation I could give is that they are basically Hell's version of the Super Bowl. So, the Super Bowl, which is Hell magnified. Every 10 years or so, the lords of the districts all rally their troops and sharpen their claws for a huge, week-long, televised slaughterfest in the Devil's honor to prove that they still deserve their office.
All right, so the Sulphur Bowl? The Super Bowel? As you can see on this chart, this man has developed a super bowel. I honestly don't think the boss man gives a rat's ass who wins the provings. I think he just likes watching his cronies tear each other apart for his entertainment before he runs back to Earth for another decade while they pick up the pieces. Okay. His boss, by the way, is the devil, for anybody who's not keeping track.
So is old Nicky the devil, or is he the servant of the devil?
No, old Nicky is Satan, the devil.
Okay.
Like little Nicky is the son of old Nick. Yeah.
Popeyes is fucking awesome. The end result is a bunch of petty, bureaucratic, dick-waving, and infighting among the lords over who is in charge while Daddy is out of the house, and the ones that get fucked over are people like me. So this is like the Hunger Games, but in hell.
You know what this is? Capitalism.
This just sounds like California.
Does California have a football team?
I think 100?
100 football teams, all vying for position. Yeah.
And most of them are in LA because every other city was like, okay, slight tangent. This is what little I know about football. So the San Diego Chargers basically had a shitty stadium, and they're all fucking multimillionaires, but couldn't, afford to get a better one. They had to have the city basically pay for it, and they would want to work out some stupid fucking deal. And eventually we were like, you guys lose all the time, so actually no, pack up and leave. And they kept going like, you can't lose us, da-da-da-da-da, we have restaurants. And then they just left. And so now they share LA with at least one other team. I forget who it is. But, yeah.
So LA has 100 teams. So they've got the LA Chargers, the LA Bargers, the LA Schmargers, the LA Margers, the LA Fargers, the LA... Yeah.
It's interesting because games consist of about 50 teams, like 25 on each side.
Nice.
So it's just full of people.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
They should televise that.
Another thing that people get wrong about hell is the torture. Don't get me wrong, it definitely happens. But it's not to punish us for being sinners or anything like that. It might have started out that way back in the day, but nowadays it's just another way to keep us working.
This sounds like just everyday American life.
Am I right?
Most of us ain't even really bad people. I'm sorry. Most of us ain't even really bad people.
Meow, why are you in hell?
I'm sure that hell started out as the last stop for the baddest of the bad. But ever since old Nicky got the bright idea to expand hell's workforce by making deals with people, the number of people that actually deserve to be here has plummeted. Oh, it's like the U.S. prison system. Though you can still see them around from time to time. They are not hard to spot. They don't all look the same, but they have those same cold, dead eyes. I avoid them whenever possible. Who do we think they are? Like ad executives?
Yeah.
Maybe they're Twitch mods.
Oh, God.
And Reddit mods.
And Reddit mods. Like us.
Did you just do a voice? No, I swear.
Was that a stereotype I heard?
Now I'm just picturing an Old West cowboy that comes into town and fights stereotypes.
PC cowboy?
Yeah, PC cowboy. I'm the PC cowboy. I cleaned up Dry Water Gulch. You may have heard of me.
This is essentially just PC Principle.
Yeah, it's just PC Principle.
Oh, fuck. But I don't know what that is, but whatever. Fuck.
It's from South Park.
Oh.
But I like the idea of PC Cowboys just like, yeah, I cleaned up Badwater Gulch or whatever the fuck. And he was just like, yeah, I got rid of all them people doing offensive stereotypes. And then someone goes to investigate, and it's just a bunch of actual Mexicans that are dead.
Oh, God.
That'll teach you to do those.
Sombreros.
I like the idea of PC Cowboy walks into a saloon, everything stops, and everybody looks at him. He goes to sit down to take a drink. He says, well, play something, piano man. Not Turkey in the Straw. Do you know the history of that song?
Damned souls are down here. Damned souls are down here with the sickness. Are basically unpaid workers under contract for all time. Slaves?
Yeah.
Sounds like American history. This just is America. America is hell. Maxie, America is hell.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, Dad.
I went to a Trump rally and I got sick. Oh, phew!
Is he just going to become like a lapsed Republican and now he's a socialist?
That's the arc. Goofy has a whole arc.
Oh,
now,
God.
Maxie, I hear that you've been working on something big, and I want to say they trust me down at the Trump headquarters here. So, I could be like an inside man.
Goofy did time as a White House press secretary.
Gosh, I don't know about that.
You asking a lot of questions I don't rightly know the answer to. Let me check my notes.
Is it true, Mr. Goofy, is it true that you've tested positive for COVID? No, absolutely not. Ah, Chewy! Oh, fucking dumb jokes. Anyway.
I like the idea, though, false flag Goofy. He just goes out and, like, shoots someone in the leg with a MAGA hat on to, like, look like a deranged person for the cause.
Yeah, there you go.
Demons like to call them the suckers. It's pretty much the worst way to spend eternity, and trust me, the few friends I've made down here never let me forget that I signed up for all of this fucking deep dish pepperoni pizza. All of this for a deep dish pepperoni pizza. I signed up for all of this deep dish pepperoni pizza. They said it was all you could eat.
For eternity.
A fucking pizza, Larry?
My friend Mark had laughed in total disbelief when I answered his question about what I was in for, as the saying went down here. I didn't read the fine print.
I replied quietly, as I kept my eyes on the filthy plate I was scrubbing. Me and Mark both worked Mark with a C, bound for hell anyway. Mm-hmm. Hot take. Me and Mark both worked the kitchens of Abaddon's court, which was about as awful as you could imagine. It was like a Stuckey's. Usually it was just the two of us and maybe a few minor demons on a good day, cooking for and cleaning up after the hundreds of hungry hellspawn that filtered through the court on a daily basis.
Normally I would ask, why do you have to eat in hell, but it's not important, I don't think.
It's sounding like, hey, yeah, you just make friends in hell, and you live your life, you do your 9 to 5, you go home. It's just another life. And I like the idea that he's just like, oh man, after working there, I don't want to have to cook tonight. I should order a pizza. And he just signs again and goes to double hell.
Double hell, god damn it. If you go down far enough, do you loop back around? Is it like a horseshoe effect or something where you'll be back in heaven? Or
yeah.
He's just like, this really isn't much worse than how it was before. So
yeah,
I would just have to wash twice as many dishes.
All the work doubles each time.
I bet you feel stupid, he laughed. Not as stupid as you. At least I didn't sign just to fuck a chick I had a crush on in high school, I retorted. Leave her out of this. What?
Damn. He signed his soul away to have one night with his high school crush.
I would...
Which was a pizza.
I guess that is a fair thing, though, because it's just what's better, a high school crush or a pizza? A high school crush, for sure, getting laid. Mm-hmm. But, he didn't realize he was signing up for the pizza.
Well, that's the thing. Did she have, one of those contracts where it's a consent contract and he didn't read the fine print, or what?
Was his high school crush the succubus?
Yes.
Yes.
Who knows?
He said as his ears and cheeks turned a bright shade. Oh boy, just a little bit of tiredness just amps it up so much.
As his cheeks bought Shadow Raid Legends.
Cheeks Shadow Raid Legends is a mobile red ear game.
Yes.
Oh God.
For anybody wondering, Brandon is tired.
I very much so am. I'm very looking forward to my vacation. Yes, Brandon. Good job.
Can we get a T-shirt? Can we get merchandise, which is like a Obama's Hope image? You know, that famous image of him, but of Brandon looking tired. And
just tired.
Just have the thing at the bottom says, "very looking forward."
Yes.
And then we can print it on shirts and sell it in like Japan.
Yes.
And they'll just be like, that's fashionable.
Mm-hmm.
English words.
What great English.
What great English. He said as his ears and cheeks turned a bright shade of red while he pulled another load of dishes off the giant iron conveyor belt that brought dirty dishes back to the kitchen from the feasting hall. I thought that was going to say feasting hell. That makes no sense. And so I went into a voice, and I didn't need to go into a voice.
The feasting hall.
Drop it, of you will. I'll drop it, of you will.
Okay, so the sentence says, "I'll drop it, of you will." It's supposed to be, "I'll drop it, if you will." So that, again, the author trying to play with Brandon's emotions here.
Yeah, it's not fair. I said as I placed a dish that was now passable as clean onto the rack to my left and got ready to repeat the process for the 400th time that day. I was a machine on autopilot at that point, and I really didn't even notice the sound of my demonic manager stomping down the hall into the kitchen on those cloven hooves of his until he practically barreled through the door screaming,
"Kraft! Larry Kraft!" That's the demon's voice. He barked through clenched teeth as he turned his pale, misshapen horned head from side to side, searching for me. I'd never seen him in a particularly good mood, but he looked especially pissed for some reason now. His eyes were glowing red, and he looked like they were about to pop out of his head. You heard what I said. I was as good as dead. I turned to Fred.
No.
Hey, Fred, I said.
Larry Croft sounds like the American adaptation of Lara Croft.
Wait a minute. The American adaptation?
Yeah, just like the idea of, no. Okay, this is a cool idea, this adventuring and everything. But how about it's an American, and how about it's a man?
How about it's just some goof?
Wait a minute. Is Lara Croft pre-op or post-op? Damn it, we'll have to name her Larry in America. It's poison all over again.
Turned around from where I stood at the sink a few feet across from the door, just in time to see him stomping up to me in a rage. Shadow Legend. Mm-hmm. I hadn't gotten to ask what was wrong before he started screaming obscenities at me. You cocksucking son of a bitch! You probably think you're some kind of big shot now, don't you? Who the fuck have you been kissing up to, huh?
He yelled, and angry.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea what he was talking about. Huh? Don't play dumb with me, you insignificant little shit! I know damn well you'd have to have friends in high places to pull these kinds of strings. You think you're better than me? Say it to my face so I can smash your tiny skull into the concrete, he growled.
So he's got a promotion, I would presume?
Maybe, or like some out.
He's got a promotion or some out. Maybe he got the Hell Medal of Honor, the Congressional Medal of Honor of Hell, for his quality dish service. Trump's giving those out like candy. Okay. Look, Barry, I started to reply. Barathor, you ignorant shit stain. What?
His name is Barathor.
Oh, he calls him Barry, and he's correcting him and saying Barathor is his name.
Yeah.
When you... In a story, when you do something like that, it helps me personally if you say something like, he said at the end, or he snapped, or, so I know who's saying it. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. Bullshit! You think I'm going to believe that Abaddon himself would ask to see you, a mere human, in his office by name, and you just have no idea what it's about? Abaddon wants to see me in his office? I repeated incredulously.
We should probably talk about the quality of this story so far. There have been little, like, grammatical things here and there. This is a fun story.
It's very fun.
It's not something like you said about your pretty face is going to hell. It's not something unheard of. Yeah. Hell is like, being employed at a business, but it is interesting so far.
And not what I would typically classify as creepypasta, but I really don't mind.
It's, I don't know, I've read creepypastas like this. It's kind of like more, there's like a kitschiness to it. It's got some self-awareness to it.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's jovial. I'm having a great time with it.
Hey, authors, feel free to have fun with your stories and just, try things.
Right. If you're showing them to us. If you're posting them on No Sleep, don't have any fun at all, though.
No fun.
No. Make it as unfun as possible.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. The three of us who probably have the most conservative, constraining idea of what creepypasta is are the most accepting of like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah. We like what it's like, yeah, that's like not ashcan horror or whatever, but it's like, it's fun.
I ain't gonna get rid of it.
Gonna get rid of it.
Yeah. I've written some stupid shit, people. I've written some stupid fucking shit, so I'm not gonna begrudge other people for writing what they think is fun or funny or whatever.
I've written a story about Betty Crocker being a serial killer, so I really have no room to judge.
Yeah, that story is called Betty Crocker. You can find it on this channel.
No, it's way better than that. It's literally called Super Moist.
There you go. Super
moist. Yeah. Barry went quiet for a second and just peered down. Dude, that would be great. Just Betty Crocker going around stabbing people in like a super action style.
Is that what really happened to Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben?
That's gonna be the sequel to, what's that video game? The ultraviolet one, top-down, pixel graphics. Fuck.
Hotline Miami.
Hotline, yeah.
Damn it, I was gonna give a funny answer. Oh well.
Oh.
No, you're not allowed to. Barry went quiet for a second and just peered down at his nose at me with seething rage before he continued. So that's how you want to play it with me, huh? Yeah, Abaddon wants to see you in his office. He sent me to come get you. Follow me and you better keep up. The court's a dangerous place and I won't be held responsible if something unfortunate were to happen to you on the way there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't I'm too tired to come up with a consistent voice.
It's alright. He said ominously before walking out the door without another word. I cast a backward glance at Mark, who had a look of pure, dumbfounded shock on his face before I bolted out the door after Barry into the dark corridor beyond. The labyrinthine halls of Abaddon's court were pretty standard as far as Hell's architecture went.
Huh.
High ceilings supported by grand obsidian obelisks that still somehow managed to be narrow due as in D-U-E, spelt D-O, to the close proximity of the walls. At certain points, the halls got so narrow you had to squeeze past the obelisks that supported the ceiling to keep going, like somebody had built the place specifically to fuck with you.
In hell? I can't believe it.
Nah.
It didn't help that Barry was practically running down the hall, like he was intentionally trying to lose me. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I won't be responsible if something happens to you on the way there. Zoom! It's like an escort mission you're trying to fail. I was wheezing like I'd just run a marathon by the time we finally made it to the office of Abaddon the Annihilator, so you breathe in hell.
Is there a video game where you have to do a reverse escort mission and try to lose, like, your companion and get them killed without actually killing them?
What the fuck is that game's name? Outlast?
Not quite what I mean.
Alien Isolation?
Like, if you were assigned, like, a companion and you had to get them killed without actually killing them, like, you have to basically trick the AI to, like, running in front of a truck or something, that would be fun.
You know what that sounds to me?
What's that sound like?
Marriage! Ba-dum-bum.
There is a mission in New Vegas where you have to be the recipient of an escort mission. So you need to get escorted and act like you're helpless when you actually are like a gunslinging badass.
Is that actually in New Vegas, or is that like outside in a different area?
No, it's like right as you're entering into New Vegas. And what happens is there's somebody running a scam where they're like, yeah, come with me, I'll protect you. And on the way there, like someone mugs you. They're like, hey, we're going to mug you. And they shoot them dead, but it's like they don't actually shoot them. It's like blanks or whatever. And so it's just like a scam to get people to think that they need protection. It's a pretty cool idea.
Well, I mean, either you pay them for their fake protection or they probably end up robbing you anyway, so...
Yeah, but by the point you get to New Vegas in that game, you're like, can pretty much shoot anybody in the face and kill them.
You're like, I've come to New Vegas to make it PC.
Show girls? It should be show people. You show people respect.
Yeah.
You show people your genitals if they are willing and consenting to such activity.
He's the PC cowboy riding in on a horse, and he's gonna make sure that you have civil rights, of course, and he's... I don't know. Can you come up with a whole thing about that?
No, it's not a horse, because that's animal cruelty.
God damn it. Comes in with a horse, as in he's walking beside it and nurturing it and feeding it and caring for it.
I'm pretty sure, unassuming. It was pretty unassuming at first glance. It was like a big wooden horse. Unassuming at first glance. It was like a big wooden door with a fresh red paint job and a brass knocker at the center. Bet it had brass knockers. Directly above the knocker was a golden nameplate that read, Professor Abaddon, Ph.D.
Oh. Pretty hot demon?
Oh, please be a succubus or something. I didn't have a lot of time to wonder what a Lord of Hell could possibly have a PhD in before Barry timidly knocked on the door, all his previous anger replaced by obvious fear, like a child afraid to interrupt a parent in the middle of an important meeting. We both stood there in utter silence for a moment before a deep yet soothing voice called to us from the other side of the door. Come in.
Fuck. A giant ball was sitting behind a desk.
Yes.
A little girl in a white dress with white hair was bouncing him gently. Barry went in first, and I followed him reluctantly. The inside of the office looked nothing like the rest of the court. A spacious fireplace stood off to the left, emitting a faint warmth, and I felt carpet beneath my feet. In the center of the room was a polished desk that looked like it was made of mahogany, and behind that was a big red recliner upon which sat a man who looked like he could have been a mall Santa.
Damn it.
Without the costume. A mall Satan, yeah. He was short and stocky, with a thick white beard and rosy cheeks. He wore what looked like an expensive suit and tie, and could have passed for human if not for his jet-black eyes. He seemed to be poring over paperwork when we cane through the door. We cane through it, not came. Cane.
So, demon, devil, lord, whatever, looks like Santa. Old Nick. Jolly old Saint Nick. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but yeah.
Come on down to Jingle Bells Pizza.
Santa Claus, Old Saint Nick, pizzas and high school crushes.
Come on down to Santa Claus's Satanistic pizza brothel.
Yeah. Now tell me that doesn't sound like a good time.
So, do you fuck pizzas, or is it involved in the brothel? Yes.
Yes.
Whatever your pleasure.
Ho ho! Isn't it ho ho ho? Oh no, she died. Oh. Right.
We're only down to 2.
Got plenty of pizzas, though, if you want to fuck some pizzas.
Damn it.
Like fucking a Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Fucking a Hot Pocket. He regarded us with a warm smile when he came in and gestured to both of us to sit down on the wooden chairs that were stationed in front of the desk.
Man, this is hell.
Welcome back, Barathor. Is this gentleman the gentleman I requested? He asked in a jovial, friendly tone. Yes, my lord, Barry said quietly. He nodded and then turned. Began to speak to me directly.
Should be like, he nodded, comma, then turned, comma, then, or, yeah, no, that sentence needs work, but I get
He
what
nodded,
you're saying.
comma, then turned and began to speak to me directly, I guess.
Not angrily.
Not, no. Jovial, even.
Jovial.
Mr. Kraft,
He stood up and jovial.
Yes. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Standing up, jovial, and no, that doesn't work.
Mr. Kraft, I'm very pleased you agreed to come see me on such short notice. I have no doubt you were busy, and I'm very grateful. Yeah, no problem, sir? I replied somewhat incredulously, since I have been busy doing slave labor mandated by Abaddon himself. Oh, no need to be so formal, Mr. Kraft. I feel that business goes by easier when we're all comfortable, he said with a smile before pulling a mint out of a glass jar on the to his right. Ooh. This is a first draft.
I'm just picturing someone giving, like, DP directions, and, like, he's like, I gotta get there, it's an emergency, I need to get there now, where do I go? And they say, on the to your right, and he's like, what? Please, what? No. Not now. Don't bully me now at this time. In the middle of an emergency. But there was something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, coal black eyes. He leaves coal for children. Plucks out his eyeball, leaves it for bad kids. Would you like a mint? He offered. No, thank you. Suit yourself. Why am I here? I asked, sounding a bit more annoyed than I meant to. Oh, I'm sorry. Why am I here? A look of abject terror flashed across Barry's face in response to my rudeness, but Abaddon himself just chuckled, ho ho ho, before he got down to business. Do you like your current state of employment, Mr. Kraft?
Why is it, like, slowly turning into a Bill Cosby character?
I'm the Abaddon in the hill and the wiggy. Yeah.
What do you mean? I was hoping for a little bit more.
No. You can do it. I believe in you.
No, I can't. I really cannot.
Well, why don't you say your line again, and we'll see if Mr. Cosby shows up.
What do you mean?
Your job. Do you like it?
God damn it.
There isn't much to like about it, I said plainly.
I thought not. What if I could offer you a better job?
A better one?
The best one. What I offered you. Wait. Okay, I can't do it because the sentence is fucked up. The best one. What I offered you the best job in my power to give. So it's supposed to be what if I offered. What if I made you a Duke of Hell?
What if I made you a Duke of Hell?
Yes. Duke of Hell. Duke.
He asked. Barry nearly fell out of his seat in shock in response to that statement. If it was a joke, I sure couldn't tell and wasn't quite sure how to respond. After a few moments of silence, Abaddon spoke up again. Well, what do you say? He asked with an unreadable expression on his face. I'd like to know what's in it for you, I asked.
So we've got what was his name? Larry Kraft?
Yeah.
We've got a Larry Sue character. He's just so special he has to be the Duke of Hell now.
Larry's...
No, we never saw any of his Hell training. We never saw him using the Force, and now suddenly he's going to be Duke of Hell. Ah, smart man. I'll answer with a question, and bear with me. I promise it'll all make sense in the end. Do you know how one remains a Lord of Hell for as long as I have? He asked with sincerity. By killing everybody else that wanted the job. That made him laugh out loud. Or aloud.
Yes and no. The strength to destroy one's enemies is a prerequisite to becoming a lord. But in order to keep the position, you need more strength. You need a nose for opportunity. And I smell opportunity on you, Mr. Kraft.
Smells like dishwashing detergent.
Opportunity dishwashing detergent for sale in your grocer's freezer.
Why would detergent be in the freezer?
We're not very good at our job. Opportunity brand dish soap. Get it in your eyes, I guess.
I'm just imagining there's a grocery store that's nothing but a freezer section, and everything's in the freezers, regardless if it belongs there.
Opportunity brand dish soap. Find it in your grocer's freezer. It's the bottle marked syrup. What? The fresh scent of trout. I don't know.
How so? Earlier this morning, this letter addressed to you came across my desk, and despite my vast powers, I am unable to open it. He then reached into a drawer and pulled out a pristine white envelope with a red wax seal affixed on the front of it, which he then handed to me with a smile. Should be then.
If you would read it to me, and then follow my instructions to the letter afterward, you can have my word that your stay in hell would be far more pleasant. What? Did I fuck up?
No.
If you would read it to me, and then follow my list of rules, my instructions to the letter afterwards, you have my word that your stay in hell will be far more pleasant than you have experienced thus far. Mr. Self-Insert, Mr. Kraft. I took the letter and inspected it more closely, only to find myself even more confused than ever. Has this story lost us?
A little bit.
Right there, yeah.
Okay, so DP, go.
Well, this is supposed to be part one of however many.
Right.
So I think this is supposed to be like the tee-up for the rest of the story, but we'll see if the rest of it gets written. Upon the letter was the official seal of the Palace of Satan, and on the letter was a simple phrase. To Larry from Old Nick.
So he's the only Larry in all of Abaddon's court.
Yes. To Larry. I guess, if all Marks with a C go to hell, then maybe all Larrys go to heaven unless they sell their soul for pizza.
Yeah, and we knew this was part one going in. But I think we've read some part ones that have been like, yeah, that's fine. We don't need... Is it an exemplar of what's to come? But that sentence about instructions just reeks of list of rules stories. And granted, I have not read part two, so maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but
Well, I think the twist... I mean, you could read this as a standalone thing. There is a twist at the end where the letter says to Larry from Old Nick, as in... it just is not even really a letter. It just is something that got this guy into this position because the Abaddon dude couldn't read it. You know what I mean? Does what I'm saying make sense or no?
I know what you're saying. I don't know if I necessarily agree.
It's sort of like, let's frame this a different way. It's sort of like if you're just in the human world and your boss says, I got this letter from the big boss, the CEO, and since he sent you a letter, you must be special, and I'll, do anything you want, and blah, blah, blah. And then you open it, and the letter just says, to Larry from the CEO. And you're like, haha, the letter itself was, just the thing, was the MacGuffin to make it look like I was special, but really I'm not, or I don't know. It's hard to express.
Yeah,
it's probably not what was intended since it's so hard to get across.
Yeah. It's clear, though, that he didn't write the letter because he's all perplexed about it, because why would he lie to us unless he's supposed to be an unreliable narrator, which I don't think he is.
No.
That said, I had a good time with it overall.
Yeah.
I understand why the ending is like that, because it's supposed to tee up that this is just an average Joe Schmo. It's just like the beginning of a hero's journey thing. He's just a schlub. He's just a nobody. And I like that he's just a nobody in hell. That's fine.
I think if this had more of a stinger at the... Whoa. If this had more of a stinger at the end, I think it would be better on its own. If it just said something you're in line for a promotion, and I said, wow, that's great. And they said, but first you have to get rid of your old boss, and he handed me a knife, and I looked over at Barry. Boom. There's your thing where you could say, okay, standalone story, fine. What happened after that? Who knows? It's the end.
I do think
and then you could do part two, Sorry.
I do think we can say that this really isn't a horror story, though.
Nah, it's definitely it's a dark comedy.
Yeah,
which I like dark comedies. Nothing wrong with that. Personally, even if I wasn't reading this on the Creepypasta subreddit, I probably wouldn't continue with it. Not because it's bad. I think I've just consumed so much other media that is akin to this type of depiction of hell that I was like, I've seen this before recently, which is not to say that you can't write a story like this. Don't think that, please. Just personally, I'm a little burned out on it.
I don't think there was ever another part either. This was written how long ago?
12 days.
Huh.
Yeah, well, it's not forever. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well. So if you out there have worked in a pizza place in hell,
Pizza Hatch proprietors, get at me.
Yeah, please leave us comments below about your unique idea for a pizza delivery method inside of a building, whether it's a hatch or a hutch or a cottage trebuchet, whatever.
I think I'm actually prepared to issue a challenge to our listeners.
Oh.
I want you, using possibly the Too Spooky Discord or, wherever you can talk to other listeners, to the Fear Fiction Podcast, leave a comment, maybe if you don't know how to contact other listeners. I want to issue a challenge. I want someone out there, and you have to organize this with yourselves.
Make a pizza.
Make a
Get
pizza
off your
together.
lazy asses and make an entire pizza.
Make a pizza via a Zoom meeting, but each of you have a different ingredient. No, I want a no-sleep story called Pizza Hatch, right? Or I found out about the most exclusive restaurant in my city, the Pizza Hatch. And I want someone else to post 1 hour after that. I want them to post a story called, I fell down the Pizza Hatch. I want someone else, a third person, an hour after that, to write a story and post it up called, My Friend Fell Down the Pizza Hatch. And I want as many people as you can get involved. I want hour after hour of stories about something happening with this fucking Pizza Hatch.
Oh, God.
And I want the No Sleep moderators to go, what is this? Is this a meme? What? I don't understand. Delete it. Get rid of it.
Oh, God. They can't be funny stories. They have to be sincere attempts at horror.
Right. And if anybody needs, you can use this or not use this, but basically, if you need the premise, it would be, like, there's this underground hipster, pizza place that very few people know about. You hear about it, you go there, and it's actually just a hatch in the sidewalk, and somebody hands you pizza out of it. Hand them the money.
We'll get some diagrams going. We'll figure this out.
Yeah. And I want the last story. I don't know how many of you will do this, none of you probably, but I want the last story to be everything I've learned about the Pizza Hatch. And I want you to put parentheses part 1. And never write anything more. That's the last installment.
I used to work at Pizza Hatch, and boy do I have some stories.
Yeah. Not everything you learned about the rake, everything you learned about the Pizza Hatch.
But go do listen to that too.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
Please, bundle up with Suka's chevron coat. It's very cold out there. Come in. Get warmed up with story of experiment that happened in country of USA. A story not told of in America, but every Russian citizen know and appreciate. Happy to be Russian, even in cold. American scientists without ethics stole 5 U.S. citizens off streets in 1940s. Locked them in steel room with glass spy ports for viewing pleasure. Scientists want to win space race with glorious USSR. We'll stop at nothing. So make experimental gas that stops sleeping. So U.S. spacemen don't need sleep. Can work all night. Unlike Russian, given at least 6 hours away from state factory each day. Gas make 5 citizens so crazy. Want to cut off own skin. Rip out own eyes. Remove organs from own body. Scientist, guilty mind goes to former KGB to report on crimes against humanity. Is killed for part in crimes. Noble RT journalist hunts down laboratory for KGB who killed scientists to save poor USA citizens. But KGB inhale American anti-sleep gas. Become stronger. Sleep gas only make American gene go crazy. KGB take gas to Russian forest. Make non-hibernating bears with geese. Super Soviet bears deployed on the Krasnoyarsk front. American fully accidentally help war effort. Germans get mauled by heroes of Russian Federation. Skinless bears. Best soldiers. Only need American gas and cabbage pierogi to fight for people. Best comrades. Actually, good story. Not sad story.
Everything I know about the rake I learned from my daddy.
Who was the rake?
The rake is my dad, part 1.
I'm sure glad the rake's out there and we're in here and he's out there and the rake is the sheriff.
My dad works at Nintendo and is the rake, so I'll get you banned and murdered. My dad, Gabe Newell, is the rake. Double. He's the Gabe Newell as the rake.
I don't know when I'm ever going to be in another situation where I can get into like some stupid fucking argument with like in a multiplayer game situation, but I got to find a way to end it with, well, fuck you. My dad works for Nintendo and is the rake.
Yes.
And then just quit and sleep with that.
So, DP, what was it you were plugging again?
So we have a YouTube channel,
Mhm.
us and some friends. It's called youtube.com/creepypasta.
Mhm.
/
Huh?
/
Is it /?
I think if you do either one, it'll work. I think web browsers are like, yeah, we get what you mean.
We know. If you go do it, there's a story. It's entitled Everything I've Learned About the Rake. And it's a horror story about the rake.
Yeah.
And it's a new take on the rake. Sort of a rake Bible, if you will. A new origin story for the rake. We're just reinventing Creepypasta here. We're wheeling and dealing at Crazy Ed's Creepypasta Narration Factory.
Mm-hmm.
And it's narrated by King Bob, the person who plays PCP Foundation head researcher.
And DP is very tired.
I am. You can hear it coming out.
DP is going to go out, toddle off to bed in his little footy pajamas with the back door flap. He's going to be hugging his teddy bear in bed, dreaming about the rake.
Aww.
Prancing through a field, through a meadow of flowers with the rake. Throwing a stick for it.
Tripping over a pizza hatch as it opens.
Yeah.